Hello YouTube, it's Jonny Jetpack here. Sunday evening, I'm walking straight into the sunset. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit tonight. And as you can see here, I've got one of my model airplanes. Thought I'd fly it around a little bit for you. What I'm going to talk to you about tonight is your first memories of toys and how they shaped what you like to do. Plunk down right here. This is one of my model airplanes. You can see up there in the header on my channel and on my Twitter page and whatnot that I've got a whole bunch of airplanes. This is one of my favorites. It's one that comes in a kit. If you don't know anything about model airplanes, well, this one is fairly easy to fly, and yet I modified it and put a great big motor in it, like twice the power that the standard one has. And this is a more powerful battery. You know, I tend to not leave things the way they're designed. Shake things up a little bit, as you can see with my motorcycle, how I've changed it a lot. This battery goes right in here like that and clamps down. That right there detects how much juice is left in the battery, and it beeps at you when it's low. Here's my controller. Let's see, select the correct model here. If I can find it. Each one of those different model settings is for a different airplane. Some of them are helicopters, some of them multi-rotors. Go. All that beeping means that it's got power, that it's connected up with the transmitter, and it should be good to go. So I'm just gonna check all the controls here. You can see that one does the ailerons. That's what makes the airplane move this way, side to side. This one right here, that's the elevator. That's what makes it move this way, up and down, like this. And then this is the rudder. It's what makes it turn this way. And then that obviously is a throttle, makes it go forward. So the way that I fly my airplanes is using two fingers like this on each of the controls. Kind of similar when you're working the brake and the gas on your motorcycle. Some people use 4 fingers. Some people use 2 fingers. I use 2 fingers myself. Some people do all thumbs on their transmitter like this, all thumbs. But I'm like this. So I'm going to fly around now. I may or may not talk while I'm flying. It's been, truthfully, a few weeks since I've flown, so hopefully this will be a good flight. Yeah, this airplane's pretty easy to fly. It's pretty aerobic. It'll fly upside down like that. And this is only about half throttle. Here's full throttle. Really zooms. It'll go straight up. Spin around like this if you wanted to. Do big barrel rolls. Do a couple little flybys here. So the reason I've got this airplane out here today showing you this is because one of the very first toys I can ever remember really loving was a little balsa wood rubber band powered airplane. I'm sure you remember those kits. You could get them at the grocery store, toy store, wherever. And when I was a kid, one of my first memories of buying a toy and taking it home and playing with it was going to the grocery store when we lived in Hawaii when I must have been only like 3 years old. We went to the grocery store and I saw these on the shelf, and my mom kept saying no, and we got done with the whole grocery trip. Got back in the car, and I finally convinced her, and she sent me in with a little bit of money. It was probably like $1. I bet the kit was maybe, I don't know, maybe 50 cents, maybe 75 cents or something way back then. This would have been probably 1972, something like that. She sent me back in by myself with the money, and I went in and bought the kit and came home, and my mom helped me put it together, and I went outside. There were a couple of big palm trees and stuff where we lived. We lived right on the Navy base, Pearl Harbor. It's called Pearl City. And I'd wind it up and set it down on the sidewalk and let it take off right there. And I just remember how much I loved that. And over the years as I grew up, it seems like that's always what I wanted. And like one Christmas when I was, I think, 6, my parents tell me I got like 19 airplanes for Christmas, like different models, and battery powered ones and rubber band powered ones. But it was only when I was a grown-up that I actually got a remote control airplane. I always wanted one when I was a kid, but my dad didn't know anything about them. So it took me growing up and making my own money to go out and buy one and learn how to fly them. Do another low flyby here. So I'm going to land it, then I'm going to put the camera right on top of the airplane. I've got a little Velcro patch on there. My camera fits right on top. I've got a couple of these Mobius cameras. One of them is all hacked up, and I mounted it inside of my helmet. That's the one I use for my Motovlog. This one I left in its original form. Land here. Or not. Let's come around again. Like I said, it's been a few weeks since I've flown. You do get rusty. This plane glides and glides. Get it way out there and bring it in right towards me. There we go. Whoa! So that's one of the hazards of landing on grass, is that the landing gear doesn't roll very well, and then it does what's called a nose over, flips over. Let's see. So I'm going to take the camera off here. That's the Velcro pulling off of my hat. That's the hat I've got it mounted on. And I'm going to mount it right on top of the airplane here. The camera is about to be flying through the air, so you're not going to hear me. So here you are back on the ground. Take her up for one more round. Obviously I managed to land it pretty well that time without nosing over. Get some more low flybys here. So I couldn't even imagine when I was 3 or 4 years old having an airplane as cool as this one. This one's not my fastest one. It's not my most aerobatic, most maneuverable, but you know what, it's just a lot of fun to fly. It does stuff like that, little touch and goes, and bounces around. It's really durable. I've wrecked it quite a few times. It's what I call a relaxing plane to fly. Some planes, just like motorcycles, like some motorcycles are really twitchy, like really touchy on the gas and so forth. And this one is more like a cruiser bike where you hit the gas and it's got plenty of power and everything, and it just goes nice and smooth. It's nice and relaxing. Bring it in for one last landing here, and then my battery's probably about dead. There we go, nice smooth landing. Taxi it over here. So YouTube, tell me what kind of toys did you play with when you were a kid? What were your favorites? And what did you still hang on to into adulthood? What do you still play with? What kind of changes have been made? Did you go from little tiny balsa wood rubber band powered airplanes up to model planes, or did you start with model planes and now are you a pilot? Do you have a real plane? I'd like to hear it. This is Jonny Jetpack signing off. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, share this video. Let me know what you think. Good night, YouTube.